What is up, Sid Squad? Welcome back. I know I have probably not said that in a year. I think my last YouTube video was my birthday vlog in Turkey, and now a year later, my birthday has just passed and we are back. So if you're new here, my name is Sydney and welcome to Sydney Says, talking all things faith, lifestyle, beauty, and travel. The video you are about to watch is my skydiving experience. And before we get into that video, I want to first off say thank you so much for your support over the last year. I started YouTube about 5, if not 6 years ago, and of course very much consistent the first year or so and very inconsistent in recent years. But I thought the perfect video to get back consistent, get back posting would be skydiving. So I'm excited for you to see my adventure. I didn't really know what I wanted to do for my birthday this year, but one thing I do know, I have been saying I wanted to go skydiving for years now, and one reason or the other, it never happened. And this year I said, even if I have to do it by myself, I am going. So signed up a few days before, and when I say it was the most beautiful, amazing, unforgettable experience ever, I'm gonna recap a little bit more after you see this video. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I'm excited to take you along for this next chapter of life and give you more of a life update after you see the video. But before we get started, if you are not subscribed, join the Sid Squad and subscribe to my channel. Also click that like button and leave a comment. Leave some happy birthdays, leave some skydiving emojis, blow the comments up right now. And also make sure you turn on those post notifications, so as soon as I upload a video, you can be the first one to know. Let's go.
My love, look at this crazy looking harness you were in. What are we doing here today?
I am so excited. It's my birthday and we are going skydiving. Thank you.
Is this your first time?
It is. I've been trying to go for years now, and this year I'm going to finally do it.
You know how high we're going in this plane?
No.
Do you want to know?
Yes. Or no?
14,000 feet.
I'm ready. I feel a little fearless today, so I'm excited.
I love that. Let's go have some fun, my love. Here we go.
All right, follow me.
My love, how was that?
Oh my God. If you didn't hear me screaming already, that was probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. I'm so happy that I did it. And this was definitely the best way to bring in my birthday. I feel like this is going to be an amazing year. I'm excited. Thank y'all. Thank you, Skydive Georgia.
Happy birthday, my love. Welcome to the sky.
Thank you. Okay, y'all. Oh my gosh. You just saw my skydiving video. First things first, when I decided to go skydiving, I absolutely knew I had to get a video and photo package. I mean, did you even go skydiving if you did not get the content, did not get a video of it? So I was so happy that I made that decision. Being able to like look back at the experience, I had not only the instructor that I was strapped to, but I also had another instructor who jumped out and actually got all of that footage. So I want to talk to you a little bit about, in case you are thinking about skydiving or thinking about doing this for your birthday, I want to kind of just paint a picture for you outside of what you've seen and tell you my perspective now that I've gone skydiving. Leading up to it, I feel like I was not nervous at all. I didn't get nervous until we actually walked up to the plane and actually got into the plane. But leading up to it, I was actually so excited, like smiling. I feel like so friendly, even though it was super early in the morning. Got there, you first walk in and they have you sign a waiver. They take your weight. If you were over, I want to say 200 or 220 pounds, it is $2 every extra pound. So I went to Skydive Georgia, and of course the fees are different depending on where you go, most likely. But the skydive itself, I want to say, was about somewhere between $249 to $279, and then they had video and photo packages starting at about $140 going up to about $250. So you can decide what package you want and go from there. So I think my total with the video and the photo packages, plus I bought some of the goggles that they had, it ended up being around $500, if not a little bit more. So I totally feel like it's worth it because you have to get the photos and the videos. And I do love, they had a whole case of glasses that you could wear. They had some that were colorful, some that were more neutral, and I decided to just go with some all black ones. But they have everything you need there. And I decided to wear like a little windbreaker that ended up getting torn, this jumpsuit and some sneakers. So after I paid everything, they take your weight, you go to these iPads and you sign a waiver and you're looking through. Now the waiver was a little crazy because it's saying all these things like under no circumstance can you sue them if something was to happen. You know, so you're going through all this, and it maybe would make someone reconsider their decision, but I'm like, I'm here, I'm doing it. And beside me was like this 70-year-old man, if not older. He was with his daughter, so I feel like that gave me some extra motivation. Like, if this guy can do it, surely I can too. So from there, they put on this video showing you like the walkthrough, how everything is gonna be. Once you sign the waiver, you meet your instructor, and my instructor was a guy named Jake. This ginger redhead man came up with the best energy ever. We talked a little bit, introduced ourselves, and then from there he gave me my harness, put it on me, and then he kind of walked me through the steps. So he let me know like once we get up, it's going to take about 15 minutes to get all the way up, and then when we get ready to go jump out the plane, we're going to squat, and then I'm going to do like a 1 2 1 2, and you're going to just slide off. And when you slide off, you know, you're going to put your knees back. He told me to hold on to the harness, and then he will instruct me when to like put my hands out. He let me know I was going to meet the videographer. I want to do like a lot of fun motions, smile the whole time. They gave me helpful tips like if you scream, it would kind of regulate your breathing, but just keep like breathing the entire time, screaming, smiling, and all the things. So I had watched a lot of skydiving videos beforehand because I'm like, I really want great shots. So I knew some of like the hand motions I wanted to do, which was like the heart that you saw me do. A peace sign is like my favorite thing ever to do, and they were doing a lot of like this, but I felt like that was just not my vibe whatsoever. So I stuck to the hearts and smiling and all the things. After he strapped me up, we walked out to the plane, and you got to see a little bit of my before and after interviews. And again, very excited. Walking up to the plane, I honestly felt like I was in a movie. Like, it was just like so real. I heard like some little anthem music in my head. Walking up, everybody is so pumped up, so excited. It was me and probably about like 7 guys, and then the other girl was the videographer, and she was such a sweetheart as well. So get onto the plane, and it's just like 2 rows, as you saw. It's not like everybody in individual seats. It's just like 2 rows, and you just slide on it. And I am like hooked to this man at that point, which was just so funny. Like, I'm in the plane about to jump out with strangers. Me and this man are hooked to each other, but very professional, very respectful, like great energy. So as we're on there, everybody's asking like, are you excited? They have like their own secret handshakes, fist bumping each other, and I'm just like, oh, I love this. I asked my instructor, I'm like, how many times have you gone skydiving? And he said over 8,000 times. He's been skydiving in Australia, all around the states, different places, and I just thought that was so amazing. That time period when you are going into the sky, y'all, it's so crazy because it's like, it feels like it's forever, and you're just like counting down, trying to figure out when you're gonna get there. I'm like looking out, and it's so beautiful. It's like the beginning of a flight when you are going from takeoff to up in the sky. And yeah, I was really enjoying myself. So it's not until he was like, all right, 2 minutes, that I felt like my heart beating like really, really fast. And I started praying and kind of got like emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, I am actually doing this. So finally, when we got to the height, which it was 14,000 feet, once we got to the proper height, he was telling me, you know, repeating some of the instructions, letting me know that I'm gonna slide off, letting me know the countdown, and then also telling me the videographer is gonna jump out with us or before us, and she's gonna be doing like a lot of crazy hand motions. That is not for you, that's for me, and she's just trying to get the best shot. So I want you to remember this, because by the time that I jumped out, I totally forgot that he said that. So I'm just seeing the videographer in front of me, you know, with her camera doing all these crazy hand motions, and I'm thinking something was happening, but really she was just giving him instructions. So that was probably the funniest thing. But as he slides me off and they open the door, a man just jumps out. I don't know if you guys caught that in the video. He didn't say like 1, 2, 3 anything. It's like they opened the door, and next thing you know, I just see this man like jumping out of the plane. So I get down, and I have been so calm the entire time. And when we were finally like standing on the edge right there, getting ready to jump out of this plane, I was like, oh my gosh. And everybody started laughing, whatever. And it would happen so fast. It's just like 1, 2, and like literally you just jump out. And when I initially jumped, I feel like you lose your breath. And you go through like so many emotions in that moment. Like, this is real. The wind like hits you. So it's just so crazy. And then I feel like after maybe the first 10 to 12 seconds, then you calm down. You realize like this is real. That's when you really start having fun. And it is the most amazing thing ever. Like, I suggest anybody to go skydiving, like 110%. I would do it again. I plan on doing it again, actually. But when you're there, it's just such like a beautiful, fun experience. Of course, like an adrenaline rush. My instructor was so much fun, both of them. We were just all like screaming. Well, I was screaming the whole time, and he's like, yeah, and how cool is this, and like all this type of stuff. So it was really, really fun. And then you're there, we're doing the hand motions, we're having fun with it, and then out of nowhere they like zip you up, which I feel like I was not prepared for. I feel like my feet literally touched my head, because it's like they just zip you all the way up. And then for 4 to 5 minutes you're just basically like standing, swinging in the air, but you're able to like take your glasses off, look out, and enjoy. Me and him were having like an entire conversation, just talking about how like awesome this was. I was asking him, do they even have bad days if this is how you're starting off your morning? And it was just the most beautiful thing ever. and then we landed. He gave me the instructions, and you got to see my ending interview. So yes, it was the most beautiful experience ever, and the perfect way I feel to go into my birthday. I just want to talk to you a little bit just in terms of like my life over the last year, and just like strides and amazing things that I feel like have happened, and now how I'm gonna take like my experience with skydiving and some themes into this next year of life. So I feel like God has worked wonders in my life over the last year. I thought last year was like the most transitional year of my life, but I definitely think this year was the most transitional year of my life yet. And what I've seen God just be able to do in a matter of months is amazing. Like, this year went by so fast for me, and I think at the top of the year I had to really make a decision, like, okay, what do you want the next 5 years of your life to look like? And if that is what you want your life to look like in 5 years, what are you going to do this year? Like, what are going to be your goals? How can you become someone who does more than they say? Like, you act more than you talk. So that was my mindset at the beginning of this year, and also in terms of my spiritual journey, just to truly go even farther. Like, great, you've rededicated your life to God, you've given up a lot of things, but what else can you clean up in your life? And so many things I feel like I was really able to zone in on: drinking habits, just music choices. It was a lot of little things that even after baptism, that was like one of my most recent videos, even after baptism, I felt like I could still hold on to. And I feel like over this year, God really like showed me those areas and was like, no, that's lukewarm activity, and it's just a better way to live. So I feel like when I changed my mindset this year to not asking what is considered a sin or not, but more so to, does this glorify God? If he was sitting right beside me right now, would I be doing the same things? Would I be listening to the same things, watching the same things, having certain conversations? I feel like that was truly a turning point. One big thing that has happened, which I feel like has probably been the greatest gift this year, is my Christian sisterhood. Woman meets word, where, you know, women are able to meet each other. Sisters in Christ are able to blossom in our faith. We have weekly Bible studies that started back in March, and every single week, twice a week, we have had Bible studies since then. So to now be in October and have over 150 sisters in Christ who I have traveled with, who I have cried with, who have shared their stories, we have prayed, we have fasted together, has been one of the most unexpected gifts, but one of the greatest blessings. And that is truly the biggest, I feel like, birthday gift for me, is just seeing what God is doing in my life and in the life of all of my sisters. And I'm just so excited for this community and to see where it's going to grow. So when I say that God has just truly worked and moved in months, like, that is one thing. To see this go from us simply doing TikTok lives to growing into an actual community has changed my life forever. And I'm so grateful. I think amazing things have happened with business this year. I have a home organizing, packing, unpacking, moving prep business, and I feel like some of the clients we've had this year have just been amazing, and I'm just seeing it's so many layers when it comes to it. I'll talk a little bit more about my business in a separate video, but one big thing for me this year was, you know, creating a life outside of social media. You know, so that is one reason I feel like I took a step back from YouTube, took a step back from Instagram, from TikTok. It's like, yes, I have that passion to be a content creator and to document my life. And I love like being able to create content and document experiences. But at the same time, just growing up, evolving, deciding what I really want out of life. If a camera was not here, if I never had a platform or an audience, what would I want to be doing? So I feel like I really went to God in terms of business this year and in terms of directing my paths, and he has led me back to social media and showed me the beauty in using my platform to glorify his kingdom and to make great strides. So yes, now I'm in a place to where I want to do both. I want to have my business that I do that has really nothing to do with content creation, and then still have content creation, because there are so many experiences, and sometimes you just need to see people doing something that you want to do, maybe have thought of doing, and you don't have anybody in your immediate circle doing those things. So definitely want to continue to use my voice, and I'm just very excited for this next year of life. In terms of skydiving, things I can take from it into my life in the future is really just being fearless. Learning how to take a leap of faith, of course, doing your research, doing your due diligence, but being fearless, even if nobody around you understands, even if everyone around you is scared of certain things, don't let someone else's fear come onto you. Like, life is so big and it's so beautiful, and there are so many things that we have yet to experience, but we have to get out there. We have to get out of our comfort zones and, you know, trust God to make our wildest dreams happen if that falls in line with his will for our lives. Yeah, and I think a big thing is, you know, faith. Outside of doing the work, truly having that faith. And we know that you only need the faith of a mustard seed, but skydiving and trusting my instructor to do what he needs to do, as long as I do my part, I feel like it's so similar to our journeys with God. Like, all you really need to do is lean on him. All you really need to do is do the work. I found the skydiving place. I did the things that were required for me to do to be able to make that jump. So I did my part, and I had to trust the instructor to do his part. And that's what we have to do with God. Still do the things that we have to do, you know, but trust him when you are trying to make that jump. So I hope this video will inspire you to live out your wildest dreams, to live a life that you can be proud of, but more so that you know God is looking down proud of you as well. So I hope you guys will stay tuned for more YouTube videos as I continue to honestly just navigate life with God at the center and bring you along for all of it. So in the comments, let me know what you would like to see in future content. I love doing like these birthday and travel vlogs, and I have some more traveling coming up. So definitely want to take you behind the scenes for that. I also want to incorporate Bible studies, since we have our Bible studies already on TikTok Live. Now I want to just go more in depth on my YouTube channel, so having different faith-based conversations. Also want to bring my modest fashion journey and show you different things that I'm going to be wearing for fall and winter, and how you can incorporate that into your closets. And yeah, any other ideas, anything you want to know, I definitely need to do like an updated Q&A. So please, in the comments, send me ideas and let me know what you would like to see. Alrighty guys, until next time, I am signing out, and I will be dropping a video every single Sunday. I'm holding myself to it. Sunday is gonna be the day. So every Sunday, I haven't figured out the time, but most likely sometime between 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. I will be dropping a video. So again, make sure to turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a video. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.